Welcome into today's open journal, the public ledger, the blockchain of resilience. And this is how we start and begin and refresh our understanding and acceptance of our presence. And then trying to refine and ask ourselves, how current are we in this present moment today? So in many cases, we do, even as resilient, as positive, as forward-looking as we can be, we all have our tendencies to defer to that other part of us, meaning not the confidence and humility, the fear and ego, the arrogant side. So that's kind of ties into today's topic, as I call it, you must play enemy. You must play enemy. Now the tagline of that is must play enemy to you, to them, and you to me. I hope to have hope on the TikTok and the YouTube releases of this subject, and should be in the thumbnail also on the audio side of the podcast. There should be a picture of that. I created a shirt that I wear that does depict just that, must play enemy. And those words I just said also, to you, to them, and you to me. So even that was inspired by a shirt I bought from a producer or manufacturer, I think in New York. I believe the organization is called Engineered by Dre. Engineered by Dre. And these shirts, these work shirts, very positive, strong structure, both physically and also in the content and the messages on these shirts. On the back side of these shirts, it says, only want to work with friends. And that's what inspired me to produce my own shirt just for me. I'm not trying to make money on it, just for my own personal satisfaction, to say every day we must play with the enemy outside and inside. So given that opening statement about this particular episode, you might ask the question, why should one play enemy? We just do. We will always encounter haters, detractors, sometimes from our own selves or within our own family. As stated on the shirt pocket that I created, people and individuals or them will see just your presence and existence as the enemy. Even a friend in a friendly competition, golf, playing cards, playing pool, or girls. Someone will play the protagonist, and someone will serve as the antagonist, namely the enemy for the moment. And not just play as the enemy, you're also playing, meaning competing, comparing, testing yourself against that enemy, either inside of you or outside of you. So probably, even though if you get a chance to look at the thumbnail with a picture of the shirt, it does say on the back end, on the back side, must play enemy. On the front pocket, it says with you, or to you, to them, and you to me. I should add in also me to me. Because many things we do, as I said as the outline of this topic today, my presence, my very presence can be seen as the enemy. Being, the only black man walking into this, prestigious golf country club, even just the image of this entity being in this pretty much otherwise dominant environment, the initial reaction is the enemy or as the enemy. So I see that. I can accept that. That's my fate in life. I get that. Yours can be different. You might walk into an area or be in some environment that you might have a similar sensing of this, that you are perceived just by your presence. You're the new person, the new shiny object in this company, or the taller person, or the fatter person. That'd be me. But either way, you have this persona, not you have brought it, that's been put on you as a tag that, oh, the new enemy. And that's just from the outside. From me, keep it very simple and very light. Me on the golf course. I'm trying to play a shot. Now, I'm thinking I can do it. One side of me, other side of me says, you're not Tiger Woods, you can't do that. But what is reasonable? It doesn't matter what's reasonable. I'm defeating myself by competing against myself, playing the enemy or the devil's advocate against myself. And similarly, even in relationships. Yeah, you might bring a different perspective on something from your partner's perspective. Instead of working together, we, again, tend to default to the easy way out. Go into our corners and sitting there and arguing from those corners instead of coming to the common ground that we could maybe doesn't exist, but maybe could develop it. Again, just another way to look at this problem that even our very presence gives off that impression, and that's outside. But even inside, I give it to myself when I'm going against what I should be doing, or even against my own freshly agreed upon awareness. I'm competing against me as my own enemy, which is silly. No energy can be created or destroyed, but certainly could be used in a more effective way. Stop seeing things as adversaries, particularly me against me, are you against you, or even me against you, are you against me. But maybe by default or by our trained or programmed natures, we tend to come across that predicament where we must play enemy. No, we probably didn't sign up for it, but we find ourselves in those conditions probably more times than not. But, as I said, my shirt, Must Play Enemy, was inspired by the very popular and profitable one in New York City, I only want to work with friends. I love that statement. I only want to work with friends. However, not a counter, my addendum to that is we also must play enemy. Anyway, hope that works for you. Maybe it's hopefully less entertaining, hopefully educational, that you can see that perspective, but also recognizing that, knowing that, and working with that, not doing to play the evil enemy, but working to reduce not how much you present that to those outside of you, how much you present that to you inside of you. Thank you once again. As always, I'm asking you to stay present, stay current, and please remember that it is 8:20.